Hello students, welcome to today's session. Yesterday in previous lecture we studied about histogram. Okay, so what is basics of histogram and how to use histogram equalization for changing the enhancement of any image. Okay, so let's quickly revise it. Histogram is graphical representation of lightness or color distribution in digital image. Okay, it values ranges from 0 to L minus 1. Okay, H of Rk is equal to Nk. Okay, Rk is the kth level gray level pixel. Okay, so see this image. This is our grayscale image, and we have histogram for this. Okay, over here. Now, histogram modeling. Okay, so we can get a normalized histogram. Okay, by dividing each of its value by total number of pixels in the image. Okay, so P of Rk is equal to Nk by N. Okay, where Nk is total number of pixels of gray value Rk. Okay, see, it should be remembered that sum of all the components of normalized histogram is equal to 1. Okay, histogram manipulation can be used for image enhancement. Okay, and it is also useful for image compression and image segmentation as well. Okay, see this image. We have some whitish portion over here. Okay, so for this we have histogram over here. So this histogram shows that the image is underexposed. Okay, now this histogram shows that the image is overexposed. Okay, so half of the portion it is having zero value intensity value, and in other portion the intensity values are changing. Okay, histogram equalization. Okay, let's see it. So histogram equalization is done for adjusting the pixel values. Okay, so we have to find some mapping function f of x such that histogram of the modified image is uniform. Okay, that means flat. So see this cumulative probability function CDF of random variables is equal to S of x is equal to summation of h of t. Okay, where t value of t varies from 0 to x. Okay, see this summation of this h of t is 1. As we saw, the summation of normalized histogram is always considered as 1. Okay, now comparison of histograms. See, this is more right side image is more brighter than left side. Okay, because it is overexposed. So after equalization, we are getting this image. Okay, before equalization, it is like this. Okay, so with histogram, we can equalize the image and increase its contrast. Okay, now let's see one example of histogram equalization. In the university exam you may be asked to solve such type of questions. Okay, based on histogram equalization. Okay, now it is given that it is a 3-bit image. 3-bit image means 2 raised to 3, that means L is equal to 8. Image of size 64 by 64 pixels. Okay, so 64 into 64 is 4096. Okay, intensity distribution as shown below. Rk, Nk and P of Rk, okay, is equal to Nk into Nk upon Mn. Okay, students. So R0 to R7 values are having different variable nk values. Okay. Now histogram equalization, that means this equivalent value of Sk it is obtained using the formula L minus 1 upon Mn is into summation of Nj, where J is from 0 to K. Okay. So we are getting the different values of S0, S1, S2, S3 till Sn. Okay. So values are 1, 3, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7. Okay. So students, we have to change the pixel values. Okay. Like 790 is mapped to 1. Okay. And so on. So we are getting the equalized histogram like this. Okay. This was the original histogram. Transformed function sk is like this. Okay. So from this we can get the equalized histogram and the equalized image. Okay. Now let's see what is adaptive histogram equalization. Okay. Instead of doing the histogram of whole image, okay, we can do one thing. Okay. Distribution of moving window around given pixel. Okay. Suppose if it is a moving film, okay, we in that moving film consider one particular pixel. So we have different images in image sections in that pixel. Okay. So for this technique what we do, each corresponding to say distinct section of image. Okay. We have to compute several histograms. Okay. Use them to redistribute the lightness value of image. Okay. So take one pixel, okay, and calculate different histograms in different succeeding images. Okay. Analyze it. Okay. It will improve the local contrast and enhance the definition of edges in each region of image. Okay, students. So this is adaptive histogram equalization method. So now let's study frequency domain enhancement. Okay. Up till now we saw spatial domain enhancement, in which we saw median filtering, then histogram equalization. Okay. Now we will see frequency domain enhancement. Okay. So in frequency domain enhancement, we get we get any input image as f of xy. Okay. Function of f of xy. Okay. Then we do pre-processing of it. After pre-processing, we apply Fourier transform. Okay, students. Fourier, after Fourier transform is applied, we get the function capital F of u comma v. Okay. So to this Fourier transform function f of u v, one filter function h of u comma v is applied. Okay. Now we get the product as g of u comma v. Okay. So out of for this g of u v, we apply inverse Fourier transform and we can get the enhanced image. Okay. So after application of inverse Fourier transform, we do pre-processing of the image. Okay. And thus we get the enhanced image g of xy. Okay. So students, hence we get g of xy enhanced image. So image pixel modifies the pixel values in output image. Okay. Now different operations like brightness, contrast are altered in the Fourier transform of image. Okay. Now like we can see how to do filtering now in the frequency domain. Okay. So first apply the DFT. First do the Fourier transform, discrete Fourier transform. Okay. So we are having getting the value of h of u comma v. Okay, then we apply f of u comma v. Okay, so after application of filtered function f of uv, we get the Fourier function, we get the function as g of uv. Okay, then students, after application of filtered function, we apply inverse dft, okay, of g of uv. Okay, so f inverse of g of uv, we get idft. Taking the real part of it is the our enhanced image. Okay, suppose this is the image. Okay, students, we have to calculate dft of this image. Okay, so this image, it is 9 by 9. Okay, so apply it. Take the 9 by 9 part portion of it. Okay, from 300 by 300. Okay, if h of u comma v is centered, f of u comma v will be centered also. Okay, so you have to expand it. This is the dft of this function. Okay, now dft of this function, it will be spread through entire the corners, right portion. Now students, multiply the dft of f of uv with dft of expanded h of u comma v. Okay, and get the result, and then apply the inverse dft to this result. Okay, see, apply idft to this third image. Okay, from not centered we will get this type of image, from centered it will be like this. Okay, so this is how we got the highly enhanced contrast image from a given image f of xy. This is g of xy. Okay, let's revise this process again. Okay, for those who did not understood, see, take any image. Okay, let's say f of u comma v, then f of x comma y. Okay, so if we take the discrete Fourier transform of it, okay, it becomes f of u comma v. Okay, now generate a filter. Okay, after applying the Fourier transform, generate one filter. Okay, so in that filter it is h. Okay, it will be h of u comma v. Then apply again filter f of u comma v. Okay, so on the position of h of u comma v, the enhanced image will be produced. Okay, so multiply this h of uv with f of uv. Okay, you will get g of uv. Okay, so g of uv is received, and we will apply inverse Fourier transform to this. Okay, then we get the filtered image. Okay, now take the in the real part of this inverse inverse discrete Fourier transform. Okay, that is our enhanced image. Okay, see this image, we are applying special filter h. Okay, 9 by 9 filter. Then apply this 9 by 9. Suppose there are 300 by 300 pixel image. Okay, so we put this h of uv in the center. Okay, so we are getting dft like this. Okay, if we put in the top left corner, we are getting the white portion on the all the four corners. Okay, so students, uh, we will go with this Fourier transform. Okay, so centered f dot h is like this. Okay, if we apply inverse Fourier transform to this, we will get this image. Okay, if we apply inverse Fourier transform to first part, we will get this type of image. Okay, so always keep the um, filter that on the center position. Okay. Then direct construction of frequency domain filters, okay, like the intermediate filter that we have to use. We can see it, okay. So h of uv is equal to 1 if d of u comma v is greater than d0, okay. D0 is the cutoff frequency from the origin of the transform, okay. Distance d of uv can be obtained by the formula u minus m by 2 whole square plus v minus n by 2 whole square whole raised to half. Okay. So then color image and its conversion. Okay. So basically there are three color combination is of chromatic color, monochromatic and chromatic color scheme. Okay. So we will have basic idea of it and we'll continue in next session. Okay. So color is reflection of wavelengths. Okay, like we see BPR. Okay. So this BPR, these are colors of rainbow. Every color has different wavelengths. Okay. So achromatic color is what? Achromatic color is black and white and different shades of gray. Okay. They have lightness but no dominant hue or saturation. Okay. Monochromatic means comprises of variation of one color. Okay, monochroma. Chroma means color. Okay, so out which is developed from one single color. Okay, then chromatic color scheme means any color which has one particular wavelength or hue predominant. Okay, there is predominance of hue in that color. Okay, so let's continue this session in the next section. Okay, thank you.